G'day guys, welcome to the channel and Merry Christmas. Wanted to finish the year off with doing a new watch alert, and this isn't something I expected to happen. It was more so I came across some money and I wanted to buy a watch. So the watch I got is a Rolex Yacht-Master 40 in two-tone, rose gold steel and the matte black dial or intense black dial. And for some context, I've wanted a rose gold piece for a long time, call it about 2.5 years I've been looking for one. And during the journey, I've looked at many different alternatives when it comes to a rose gold two-tone piece. So starting off with Brightling, I did look at the Brightling Chrono matte, the Chrono in 42mm gray or blue dial with the rose gold accents, as well as the Chrono matte 36, the time only with the ivory white dial. Both watches were cool. However, they did suffer from the same issues, being that they're kind of like a pseudo integrated watch layout. The bracelet, although it was good, I couldn't find a right fit and there was no micro adjustment, so I scrapped those. Now, moving on to some more dressy options, I did look into two different solid rose gold JLCs, reversos, as well as a Cartier tank. Now, over the last 2 years, I did think about going to those pieces as an alternative. However, as of recent, I did check those pieces out and the leather straps wasn't for me. In terms of like dress watch options, I rarely need a dress watch, and I do have dress watches covered in my collection, so it wasn't really something I was gonna go into. And not only that, the JLCs, they're already sold, you know, brand new, they're a ridiculous amount, but in the gray used market, we're talking 20 G's, right? And they were gone, so I didn't get a chance to actually even consider them seriously. Now, the tank was good. However, as I mentioned, I do want something with a steel bracelet. So the final two watches that were competing with each other were the Zenith Chrono-Master Sport in two-tone, which was about 27K retail, but you can get a discount, as well as this. Now this retails about 26, but in the used market, we're talking about 23, 22. However, I didn't pay that just because I do have connections in the industry. So why I went for this over the Chrono-Master Sport was just down to the details in the Chrono-Master. Fantastic watch, love it to death. However, the clasp ruins the watch to me. If you're spending 20 odd K on a watch, I do expect everything to be perfect, right? I don't want to have any compromises. I don't want to muck about with, oh, you know, like it's just a small thing. It isn't a small thing when you're spending 20K. That thing is the clasp. So two problems. The polished center link, because it's the same clasp as this essentially. The polished center links isn't steel. I don't understand why. If you're gonna do rose gold on the middle of the bracelet, you need to extend it down to the clasp. That's just standard at this point, but it's in steel, don't know why. Second problem I have with it is there's no micro adjustment. At this point in time, we do need a micro adjustment. So in saying that, the Chrono-Master Sport did lose out because of that one tidbit, and it isn't a small tidbit, as I mentioned. I don't want to compromise and this one out. Now, I know the last couple of watches I bought were Rolexes, but it's not a conscious thing, right? It's more of like a subconscious, out of all these selections with these categories in mind, which one wins out, and it just wins out every single time. Now, the price range, as I mentioned, was about that 20-ish K range. I didn't pay that. Fortunately, I didn't pay that because I have connections in the industry. And this is the rose gold box ticked in my collection. Wearing this piece has been absolutely wonderful. I went to a boys' dinner at a lingerie restaurant, right? And wearing it was very appropriate. It's summertime here in Australia. We're wearing neutral colors, lighter colors nowadays. And this just popped. Essentially, going to that lingerie restaurant was brilliant, and different events as well. You can dress this up, dress this down, and it looks appropriate every single time. Now, it's not as big as the Submariner in terms of its lug to lug as well as its thickness. It's more of a dressier option, but I wouldn't consider this a dress watch. It's like a jack of all trades, good at everything, master at nothing. And it's just brilliant. It's just nice to wear, and it is more similar to like a Datejust in terms of its wearing experience, like a Datejust 41. Why I went for the black dial was the brown wasn't available. I can't get it sourced, and there are brown dials available out there, but I'm not paying retail for it, no. And at the same time as well, the details on the dial, it does get lost when you have the brown sunburst finish. So the rose gold and the white indices, as well as the text in rose gold and the Yacht-Master in red, does get lost in the mix when it's all just the same color. At least with the bluesy, you've got the blue sunburst finish, you've got the yellow gold on white writing as well. So there's that contrast that makes everything pop. The brown dial, beautiful watch, but everything just gets lost in the mix. And I want to have it pop where it's not all just the same color, if that makes sense. So some cons to this watch, and there aren't many. Some cons would be, I don't know why the crown isn't in rose gold. So with the sub, the crown isn't yellow gold, my bluesy. This one, it's just steel, which was whatever, right? It's a small thing, you know, a small detail, but it just looks like it was a missed opportunity to just finish it off properly. And I guess the last con I have would be nothing. That's it. That's my only con. Everything else about the watch has been fantastic, amazing. It wears beautifully. It's got a micro adjustment. The rose gold wraps around the entire watch. The bezel as well. Let's listen to it. Bi-directional bezel, because it's not really a dive watch in a sense. It's, you know, it's a regatta watch, right? But hey, bezel's fine. Everything works well, and it is an older model, hence why I paid less for it. It's a circa 2020 model, but whatever, right? Like it's gonna be due for a service by 2030, so like it's not the end of the world. I'm planning to wear it as much as possible, and I'm not gonna baby it. So that's really the video. New watch alert, Yacht-Master. I did try the 37. I did wear the rhodium dial one because there was a 37 two-tone brown dial for sale in the market, and it was on sale for a while since January this year. Didn't go for that because I thought to myself, if I wanted something like this, again, I wanted substantial. I wanted to have some wrist presence, and it's been an enjoyable couple of weeks wearing this. So that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I'll catch you in 2025. Take care.